Hello everyone, and today is time to talk about the most exciting thing that will definitely happen in episode 79. And of course I mean Titan Speakerman with the new set of upgrades, who will certainly show up somewhere right at the start of another heated battle, maybe the one episode 78 ended with. I believe that even more huge and developed Astro troops will come to the party at the beginning of the next episode, and who knows, maybe we'll see some elite Astro soldiers too. And even though the third generation of Speakermen will definitely put up a decent fight of their own with their current insane abilities and weapons, there's no way we can go through upcoming episode 79 without the upgraded Titan Speakerman. Right now, this guy is literally the hottest topic of the entire SpeakerToilet fandom. And of course, I couldn't not make a video dedicated to him and his possible upgrades. And well, long story short, what I expect from Titan Speakerman to show in the next episode is simply something crazy. And if you want to know what kinds of upgrades and new abilities he will most likely get, then get your tea and snacks ready and prepare to watch this video to the end because it will probably blow your mind. And be sure to also give this video a like and subscribe to my channel where I make a lot of SpeakerToilet analyzing content while you are waiting for the next episode to get released. Okay, so if you are subscribed now, let's continue. So first of all, I hope you all already watched my previous videos on this channel, so you're up to date what kinds of upgrades the Speakerman's Armada got during episode 78, and what unique weapons each new Speakerman character got. Because I don't want to repeat myself here too much so that I'll have more time to speak about Titan Speakerman in specifics, as I've got a lot on my mind regarding this guy. And what is also pretty important to keep in mind about the new generation of Speakerman's upgrades is how heavily religious their new design is, and even the names of some new characters reference this too. For example, now we know that Mini Titan's official name has been the Executor, which is also a reference to the literal death symbol carrying a scythe as a weapon. And that was the weapon that Mini Titan got exactly, while for another example, my beloved Speakerwoman got two cross-shaped swords, which also speaks some volumes, you know. And everything I just said is being pretty important for Titan Speakerman's too. And now I will explain to you exactly why his upcoming return will probably be one of the most insane things in SpeakerToilet series as a whole. Okay, so what can we expect from Titan Speakerman's new look and powers? First of all, I think that after everything I mentioned, we can all definitely say that Titan Speakerman is going to get a full religious style upgrade too, just as the Executor and the regular Speakerman agents that work as the preacher's sheep, you know. Like I'm talking something between a cyber archbishop or a whole freaking walking techno-cathedral. Sounds crazy enough? Well, let me explain what I mean exactly by this. So at first, while watching episode 78, I thought that Mini Titan was supposed to serve a role of the preacher, so to speak, while Titan Speakerman will have some other role in this whole new religious setting. But after Boom revealed that Mini Titan's role was just to execute enemies for good, now I believe that it's Titan Speakerman who was in fact destined to be the leader of the new generation of Speakermen, which is pretty logical to assume, and that's what made me believe that Titan Speakerman will get the most impressive upgrades of all, and once he returns, we'll see just a massive improvement from all sides. So just imagine him stepping into episode 79 battle with some giant floating sound wings shaped like stained glass, maybe even with cross-shaped speaker ports that glow when he talks. That would really solidify his image as a literal preacher, aka the leader of his entire race. And just this look alone would make the Speakermen go up the Alliance's hierarchy ladder, you know? Because if in the earlier episodes of SpeakerToilet it was mostly TV men or cameramen who ruled the party, then now it may be time to flip the tables entirely. And it is also extremely important to point out how Titan Speakerman is literally the biggest hope for the whole Alliance right now, as Titan Cameraman still hasn't returned since the moment he was lost in episode 74, and Titan TV Man has been basically working to the enemy's side, and with great success, unfortunately. So I believe that Titan Speakerman will get the craziest upgrades, not just because it would be cool and all that, but it will also serve a strategical reason too. Right now, the Speakerman's Armada with the upgraded Titan as their leader is the only way for the Alliance to show ISOTOILETs that they still got some guts and are able to dominate on the battlefield. So all the morale of the entire Alliance, the fate of humanity and planet Earth, and honestly the whole story of SpeakerToilet war conflict right now is sitting on this one dude's massive shoulders, which means his new upgrade is going to be insane. So once Titan Speakerman appears in episode 79, I think time will literally freeze for a split moment just because how freaking cool he is going to look like. I imagine how every time this dude walks, the ground would literally vibrate like a church organ bass drop. It would be really epic, y'all. Now let's talk about weapons, because this guy is definitely not pulling just punches. And here are my personal top picks for what kind of new arsenal Titan Speakerman could be bringing with him in episode 79. First of all, I vote for the new crazy distanced weapon which I plainly called Vox Dominus Cannon. And I imagine this to be a giant sonic arm cannon that looks like a pipe organ fused with a sci-fi sound blaster. It could also be firing some massive sound waves that would literally shatter air and tear the whole ISOTOILET's bodies apart by bass pressure alone. And well, just to add to the picture, just imagine him chanting something like redemption and wiping out 50 toilets with one blast. This is the Titan Speakerman I want to be back, y'all. Because remember how heated he's got after episode 57, when he was finally freed from the control of Skibidi Parasite? The dude was so furious that he managed to wipe out the whole crowds of Skibidi toilets. And man, I expect the same level of insanity after his glorious comeback in episode 79. And besides, it is already some kind of tradition for Titan Speakerman to show his crowd control battle abilities every time he returns on screen big time. I mean, we could also remember him doing the similar thing in the first part of episode 70. Okay, and the other weapon I expect him to gear up with is so-called Sword of Decibel Wrath. And what the hell this even is, you ask me? Well, just think about this. A glowing sword shaped like a holy tower, or maybe even a cathedral steeple. Who cares about some plain crosses? Let's up the game, y'all. And the blade could also hum at some crazy frequencies and could slice enemies into literal pixels while vibrating their circuits apart. Bonus points if the hilt is shaped like a speaker cross. Well, and to add to the weaponry, I also expect Titan Speakerman to level up his protection system too, because let's be honest, after what happened to him at the end of episode 73, this is the first thing he should have upgraded by now. So I vote for the epic Shield of Songs. Yeah, let's picture this as an actual grand sonic barrier that protects both himself and his allies and reflects sound-based attacks. But here's more to it. It could also be playing audio from fallen allies, turning their voices into a buff that powers up nearby soldiers. I mean, Skibidi Toilet already started to get more and more emotional, so why not add something like this? It would also be pretty cool to see something like choir drones, or multiple digital minions that could work like a distraction force for ISOTOILETs around. I'd imagine him summoning little floating drones shaped like angelic speakers with halos or something like that, because why the heck not? And aside from distracting, they could also fly around him and harmonize with his speakers while creating a sound field that would heal his allies or confuse his enemies' targeting. We already saw one big drone in use, so why not add lots of them to diversify action scenes? And well, I also think Titan Speakerman would prepare something explosive as his ultimate ability in terms for some fatal cases, like Destructive Overdrive mode. The point of which could be actual sacrifices of some parts of his own energy in order to launch a mega blast of some divine sound energy across the entire battlefield. It could be a one-time use, but it would be so worth it. Okay, but aside from his upcoming arsenal, there is another aspect about Titan Speakerman I really want to mention here because this is really crazy. This guy really went through one of the emotionally hardest things throughout the entire series. At first, he was infected by the parasite and had to destroy his own comrades while not being able to control his body, which probably affected his mental stability. That's what also made him more reactive and literally unhinged on the battlefield. But if in the trio he was pretty well balanced while cooperating with other more stable Titans, then now he is all alone. And as if it wasn't enough already, he also experienced lots of heavy losses of many of his closest friends, such as Plungerman, the Dark Speakerman, and now the other two Titans from their trio suffered some truly horrible fates. All of this must have affected him like crazy, and just add this huge responsibility on his shoulders too. Now this is literally the last and most important chance for him to grow up and lock in. So even though he used to be the youngest and most light-headed of all the Titans, then now when he's the only hope of the Alliance and entire human species, he actually has no right for any mistake anymore. So yeah, well, he's probably never been this emotionally heavy in the entire series. I mean, just think about it. His best friends are gone. His fellow Titan brother is brainwashed. And every soldier around him is looking up to him like he's the chosen one. He's basically become the father figure of the Alliance now. And with the religious symbolism of the Speakerman rising like crazy too, it wouldn't surprise me if he starts speaking in phrases that sound almost like scripture. He might not be smiling or screaming this time, but he might become more calm and serious, like someone who knows he's about to give everything he has. So aside from his coming technological upgrades, I also expect to see some crazy mental level up. It would honestly be such a powerful moment to see him walk onto the battlefield with fire in the sky behind him, slow walking while the music bangs in the distance, and all the troops stop fighting just to watch him arrive. Maybe even the ISOTOILETs will pause for a second, like, "He has come." Chills. So in conclusion, episode 79 will be the Titan Speakerman's episode, period. And I'm also more than sure that the entire episode 79 is going to be an absolute masterpiece just like its predecessor, especially if Titan Speakerman gets at least a half of what we're talking about here. He's not just a Titan anymore. He's something much bigger, a savior, a symbol, maybe even a final hope. Call it however y'all want, honestly. And with the religious and technological vibes mixing together like never before, his new design might be one of the coolest in the entire Skibidi Toilet universe, I bet. And who knows, maybe we'll even see him lead the charge against the ISOTOILET mothership itself soon. But until then, get hyped for episode 79, because I've got a feeling it's going to go unhinged. And what do you guys think about all of this? And are you excited for episode 79 as never before? And that was all for today. Write in the comments what you personally think about what I just said. And be sure to also subscribe to my channel not to miss my new videos to keep yourselves updated while you're waiting for episode 79 to get released. And that was me, ISOTOILET. See ya!